kinda new with apologies. Holding back, I got history. Yeah, yeah. But the way you've been crossing the line, oh, it's something in me that says it's fine. Hoping you wouldn't change me. Let the same old thoughts be my referee. I will be alright. Never could it bite, but somehow you make me change. Like I'm better.
Hi everybody, welcome to my Big Tidy Up. My name's DeDe. Thanks for checking out my channel today. Now today, here's what I got going on. Today I'm going to be going throughout my home and I'm going to be doing a little bit of a decor redo, a decor refresh, and there's several reasons why. The first reason, I've had some seasonal things out and I want to kind of switch those up a little bit. The second reason is, truthfully, some of the things I had out just didn't look that great in the first place. So I want to kind of redo them and change things up. And the third reason, well, I had a decor piece fall off my wall up in the bedroom and it's up there laying out there broken. And so that kind of got me thinking, okay, I'm going to have to move something now. And I thought, why not just do the whole kit and caboodle while I'm at it and give the whole house a kind of a decor refresh. So that's the plan for today. So without any further ado, let's get to it. Let's start changing up this decor and let's get tidy. Okay, we'll start out by the places that I want to do a few things. I do want to do a few things here in the kitchen. I do have some different placemats that I'm going to go ahead and use and change out. And then I'll do something a little bit different with my tray. I still haven't come up with anything better than the tray, but these flowers, I am going to go ahead and move them probably by the back door. I probably won't do that much different here in the kitchen because we do cook in here. Over here in the den is where I want to work. This piece right here, come on now. This isn't a showstopper, it's just sitting there. And as far as these pieces here and on the tables, I am going to keep the pictures here in the room, but what I haven't been liking is the fact that it's like 2 pieces here, 2 pieces here. So I think I'm going to move the pictures down there, and then I'm going to change up the decor for this coffee table and for this little coffee table. And I do think it will make a difference, but it's kind of stagnant and looks a little stale to me. So I'm going to be changing up, and that's what I want to do in here. And then let me show you a place that I don't know if you guys have ever even seen before here in my home, but here in the dining area, if you come around this way and you turn here and look up here I have this little nook, and this little nook just has this extra piece. It's not a real big piece, but it does no good. It stays in the shadow. So I'm okay leaving the arrangement up there. And then I've got a little globe that I received as a gift that lights up in the evening that is gorgeous. But I think I'm gonna climb up there, clean it, and get that little piece and maybe take it down to the basement and probably use it somewhere else. Now I know I am going to be all over my house today because I'm going to be taking things from one room, maybe giving it a try in a different room, but I thought it would help if I would gather everything up from this credenza that I think I might use and just carry it in a basket with me. So I can take something out of the room, I'll just put it in the basket and maybe I can try it in the next place. Now I'm not going to change up the credenza right now, especially since I still have all my Mother's Day flowers out. And you know, I do love getting Mother's Day flowers, but I hate for my kids to spend money on them. And when it's possible, I like to ask for gifts of service instead. Like, for example, my daughter who lives out of state designed my new YouTube banner for me and the slide that you'll see at the end of this video as my Mother's Day gift. Even though she's not a graphic designer, she did it for me and I couldn't be more thrilled. And you know, my younger son who lives in town, he swung by, did some repairs for me. And you know, you just can't put a price tag on those kind of things because in my mind, when someone gives you their time, that's the most precious gift of all.
Every change has a reason. Baby, let it come to you. Every soul, every season.
You know, I was halfway out of the room and I looked back and I realized I didn't have the fireplace balanced at all. I had the two thin candelabras on the same side and the two thicker vases on the opposite side, and it just didn't look balanced. That's why it's always such a good idea to step back and look at what you design from different vantage points, because you'll always notice something different. Well, I've got the placemats out. I love how it looks. And you know, one thing I've never noticed before is that the pattern really goes together with these placemats and this hand towel. And I don't know why I never put that together before. I guess because if I had these placemats out, I had different hand towels, or vice versa. But I really like how that all ties together. And I've got one that I'll put underneath the tray here. And I'm not sure what I'm gonna do with the tray, and I'm not sure if I'm gonna put something here right in front of the place settings, because you know, sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. If this is big or there's a lot in the tray and it starts looking too busy, I usually don't have much here. But I do think I am gonna move these flowers by the back door. This candle is burnt out, but I always like to save these little wooden lids. You never know when you can use them for a pedestal, or if you've got to stack things and it just gives you a little bit of a lift. So I'm gonna keep that, throw the candle, and then I'll figure out what to do with the tray.
It's what I need. Now if you wanna get the best of me, got you smiling, that's for sure. Funny how you had the best of love. I don't know if I'll make it home. I don't know, not like I care. All I know, turned up this score.
Well, here is the last place I want to do a little decor switch before I head down to the basement. Now this little orb is going to stay here. It was a gift to me and I just love it, and it's on a timer, so for 4 hours in the evening it lights up and you really notice it from the front door. However, this big floral arrangement, we've had it for years, actually when we probably first moved into the home, and you really can't see it from the front door, but you can see it when you're sitting down here in the dining room. They can see it, so I think I will leave it, but I am gonna go ahead and take this little container. It's made out of resin. I'm gonna take it downstairs, maybe use it in the basement. I've gotta get up here and clean. It hasn't been cleaned in a long time. This is going to be quite satisfying, I think. But the thing is, you have to get the ladder up here or have Spider-Man skills. And I do not have Spider-Man skills, so I am not gonna risk trying to shimmy out here and do it. So I'll get the ladder, clean this up, take the container down to the basement and see what I can do down there. I went and got the big ladder from the garage and I thought I'd be able to reach to clean everything, but once I got up there I realized the only way I was going to reach to the very back was standing on top of the ladder, and I wasn't going to do that by myself, so I just got my big duster. And I did think about getting my mop, but I thought, well, it's just a little bit too bulky and I'm not a spring chicken, and that would just be a recipe for a disaster. Well, the basket and I have made it down to the basement. Now, I do think I am gonna go ahead and put this loft piece that I got right here between the pictures. I would really like to have a few items on the bottom someday, but we're not to that point with the little fellas, so I'm not gonna risk it. Now, I did take the one plant that was by this chair and switched it out in the kitchen tray. So I do have this plant down here, but here's the problem with the plant. If I put the plant there, and then I've got a plant here, and then I've got a plant in the corner, and just I'm gonna insert right now. Thank you to the 2 tidy uppers who suggested I move this little circle tray instead of being in the middle and put it on the end. I love it over there. Now, back to the plant problem. Plant by the chair, plant on the table, plant right here, and then plant down here on the big coffee table. And I'm trying to make it look not so staged, which I know sounds absolutely ridiculous when I'm talking about fake flowers and trying to make it look natural. But I do think that I need to take a plant out of here because I need one upstairs in my bedroom to kind of give it a spring, summer, fresh look. So I just need to switch a few things out down here. And these coffee tables here, the little ones, I've had these little placemats on, and it drives me crazy because I don't know, am I turning it this way? Am I turning it that way? And I actually think I'm gonna take them into my bedroom and put them on my nightstands because I think that's gonna solve a problem that we've been having. So I think I'm gonna grab those. I need something for this coffee table over here, and I may have to adjust a little bit on that one. And all of these books right here, what I used to do was keep them in this little crate. Well, we've outgrown the crate, and what happens is, if you can tell, every time we try to pull the books out, we're dragging it and it's kind of messing things up. And this right here always gets pushed to the back so you can't read it, so I'm moving it. And what I think I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take and move all of the DVDs to one side and then have the other side just for books. And we really don't watch them that much anymore. We don't purchase DVDs anymore, you know, you can stream almost anything. So, but I'm still not gonna get rid of them, so I'm gonna keep them. But I think I'm gonna combine that, put a new decor piece here, and I don't know if I'll keep this crate here or not. I guess I'll just have to see. Well, as much as I love this crate, I have tried this piece right here. It's a little small, but as much as I love this, when I've had this here, this whole unit has looked dark, and I have a lot of cream in other places, and I'd like to go ahead and use those candles, but I like the 3 of them together. So I need something for the shelf, and really the only thing that's kind of cream I can find is this little piece here, and it doesn't look very full. It looks a little shrimpy, but less is more. So I may just go ahead and work on the big coffee table and the end tables, see if it grows on me, and maybe I'll come back to it, or maybe this is as good as it's gonna get. Well, the more I look at this, the more I think I'm just gonna leave this alone. I like having a tray on the coffee table. It helps keep everything contained. And even though I'm gonna get rid of some plants down here, I think I'm gonna keep this one because I love the color of the base and the stripes. And I think it really offsets the stripes in the pillows. So I think this tray and this plant have made the cut, but I've still got to find something to do with the other 2 little side tables. Well, before I head upstairs, I do want to hit the decor closet just one last time because I don't want to have to come all the way back down to the basement. Now, I have been putting in things that I'm not using today, but I do need to take a wall piece upstairs for the bedroom, and I'm probably going to end up grabbing this one. I don't have a lot of different options, and if you guys remember, this was just outside on the balcony just a couple of weeks ago, but I've had a piece break, so I'm going to have to move some things around. Now, don't come for me. I know I still have this right here that I said I was going to use by March 2nd, or I need to get rid of it. And I would like it, but it's such a stark white that it's not going to work. So I'm going to table that for now. Don't come for me. I promise I'm getting to it. And I really like these. I have a set of these. And if you've been with me for a long time from the beginning, you know I used to have these in our bedroom. Well, I thought about taking them up, but it's got to go horizontal, and it's only got these hooks to go vertical. And so I really need a horizontal piece. And I know you can add hooks on the back, but that is for another day. So I think I'm just going to take this and try to move things around and see what I come up with. Well, here is the last place that I want to do a little refresh in, and it's our bedroom. And I've got a couple of areas and things I need to take care of. One thing I want to take care of are these nightstands. Now, I had these little placemats here that I got from Walmart. They were real inexpensive, maybe $1 or $2 a piece. And I thought they would look nice and they would add a layer of protection for the nightstand, but they haven't so much, especially since I've got this humidifier here. I'm always concerned that there's going to be water underneath it, or if I bring up a bottle of water or a glass of water and set it here, I'm concerned that it's going to get underneath here, or I'm having to get a coaster out. So that's why I think these placemats from the basement are going to be the perfect solution. And I know they're kitchen placemats, but you have to do what works for you. And I think what's going to work for us is having these in our bedroom. And I think it's going to work because I have this runner that's out of the same material. And so I think it's going to match and look cohesive and look nice. Now here's the wall problem. Up here I had Love and family, and we came home and this was like hanging out over here. It had dropped, fallen. The other piece I know is still back there. I'm gonna have to pull the dresser out and get it out, but that leaves me with an empty spot, and I'm not sure. I think family might be just too small, even if I centered it. I was thinking about maybe putting it over the television. I'm not sure, and just because I have something doesn't mean I have to use it, but I don't know. I might go ahead and put this over the dresser, we'll see. And then I would like to put just a little pop of greenery over on the top of the fireplace mantle. So it's really just small changes, but I think they can make a big difference. Well, I'm thinking about making a change. I have always had these little navy frames on this navy runner, and it kind of all blends together. So I'm thinking I may put those frames up on the mantle and bring the white frames to be on the navy runner. I think it will add a little more blue and kind of spread the blue throughout the room and maybe pop a little bit more. And then I brought the plant up that I had downstairs, and I snagged the one from the office. So I may try those up there too. Well, I have tried both of these plants different ways on different sides, and I just didn't like how it looked. I even used this one with a pedestal and it still looked too small. The vase is too dark. This one looked a little too tall and the vase color didn't match very well on the mantle. But I did go and snag this one out of the coffee room, and I know this one will work because I have had it on the mantle before. So I think I'm going to use this, and then I'll take one of these and put it back in the coffee room just so I have a pop of green in the coffee room, and then I think I'm done. Well, Tidy Uppers, that's a wrap for today. Thank you so much for dropping by my channel. I hope this video gave you a little bit of inspiration to go and switch things up in your own home and gave you some encouragement to make sure you shop your own home before you shop anywhere else. I appreciate you being here. Please take care of yourself, and until I see you in the next one, stay tidy.